meaning and nature, and scope of political science, isn't it? So we shall
Yes,
start
sir.
within 2 minutes. Just give me a time, then I'll get back to you. Hope the video is very clearly visible to you, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Whenever I ask the questions to everyone, please do respond so that I can listen and so that we can make our class very interactive, despite passive. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
చెప్పరా ఏంటి
ఇన్సూరెన్స్ పెట్టుకుంటారు కదా ఐటీఐకి ఫొటోస్ ఏమైనా కావాలి డెత్ ఫొటోస్
ఉంటే తీసుకోమన్నా మంచిది
అంటే మన ఐపీలో ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నా తీసుకోవాలని అడుగుతున్నారు ఏమవుతుంది కదా
మీరు ఉంచుకుంటే మంచిది మాకు సంబంధం ఉండదు అది మీకేమైనా పెట్టుకుంటారు మీకు ఇష్టం మీకు కావాలి వాళ్ళు ఏమైనా అడుగుతారంటే తీసుకోవాలి ఒక్కొక్కరు అడుగుతారు ఒక్కొక్కరు అడగరు
40 రూపాయలు ఇవ్వాలి
ఇక్కడ కింద కింద స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ ఇక్కడ ఎవరికి ఇదంతా గిట్ల కొట్టారు ఇది మధ్య నీకు మీడియం క్లాసెస్ ఏమో ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెలుగు మీడియం రెండు ఎవరు చెప్తున్నారు అది ఇక్కడనే కదా ఈయనే ఉందా క్లాస్ చెక్ చేసేసాను నేను ఎకనామిక్స్ ఉంది కదా ఇంకా ఎకనామిక్స్ అన్నా ఎకనామిక్స్
So once again, good morning to everyone. My name is Mr. Khan. Okay. So I'm teaching you political science first year, and which is political theory. Okay. And please do maintain your notes while I'm telling them in some points. If you could note it down, then it would be great for you to read after the class. I think so. Those who are in unmute, please try to make it this as mute. Okay. Mr. Arshia, Miss Arshia, please mute yourself. Okay. Mute yourself, everyone. Welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, all the first year students for the first semester classes in political science. So today, all are you from English medium, right? Okay, fine then. So we are going to understand today on first chapter of political science, that is Introduction to the Political Science. In the introductions to the political science, we shall understand meaning of political science, scope of political science, and importance of political science as it is significance of political science. And also we try to understand what is the history of the political science. We also understand in that. Is that clear to everyone? So let me, and here we have entire your first semester in the political theory. In political science students, you have 5 units. Okay, how many units we have? The first unit is deals about introductions to the political science. In the second unit, we shall discuss about study of political science with the help of approaches. Broadly, the political science approaches we have, there are different approaches we have. Out of them, we start from traditional approaches, modern approaches, and also at the same time, we also understand system approach and also the Marxist approach. And the third unit, I'm telling you the unit names. Okay, I think everyone have books with you. Is that clear to everyone? Fine. So then in the theories of origin of state in the third unit, and the fourth unit, state, society, and sovereignty, we shall discuss. And in the fifth unit, we have some ideologies like fascism, Marxism, and all of them we shall understand in the first semester political science subject. So today's topic, we are going to have discussion on first unit, that is a meaning, nature, scope of political science. Let us get into the subject now. Many times, often you might have listened the word politics, isn't it? What is a politics? What is political science? Isn't it? I think everybody need to know what is political science, what is polity, isn't it? So, but before going to have that, we should try to understand how evolution process of human beings have done on the earth. I think, when before 14.5 billion years ago, if you could see the Big Bang theory, or if you studied the Darwin theory, we may understand that there was no creatures on the earth. Hello, is this my voice is audible to everyone clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good.
Yes, sir.
If you could see 14.5 billion years ago, there was a primordial temperature. I think, on the earth, everything, it's like poisonous. There was no chance at all. There was no point of reason to existence of any creatures on the earth, isn't it? So here, at the time of since that, if you could see, first, what it happens, a small creatures has come on the earth. Later on, then animal family have developed, isn't it? Soon after that, evolution of human beings have happened. So soon after what it happens, from the, if you could see in the lithic age, okay, Paleolithic age, Neolithic age, the Stone Age, we called it as a Stone Age. Okay, after that, okay, I'm just giving you the introduction. Soon after what it happens, human beings start to living together, okay, and when they started to living together, they framed or they are getting into the society, which is, and before the society, we could call it as a community. Group of, first in the beginning, human used to live very alone. He used to live in caves, okay. He used to live in the forest. He doesn't have any kind of relations between the one another, okay. Soon after, he elevated to the relations, isn't it? After the relation, he started to mingling each other. Then he formed as a family, okay. He formed as a family. The family altogether, it's made it as a community. All the communities put together framed as a society. All the different societies put together framed as a state, okay. All the state together framed as nation. This is a chronology. This is a hierarchy, one and an after, isn't it? So studying about state is called political science, isn't it? In a just roughly, I'm saying studying about, no, if I think my voice is very clear to everyone, I can listen, I can also, I'm checking every time in the intercom, please, and do not try to text it. If you really, if you have any problems from your end, and try to log off and log in, so that your voice will be very clear to you, okay? Might be the problem, network issues, or somewhere in, data issues will be there. Okay, is that clear? So here is that. So as in terms of it, we started to living together. Okay, when started to living together, the problem will come. Say for example, a family in a home, there are 4 members. Okay, when 4 members in the particular family, okay, the home a capacity is a 4 member, it is suitable to living there, isn't it? If the 10 members, if you could try to pull them into the same home, then it could become a problem to adjust, isn't it? There is a competition, there is a kind of an adjustment, there is a chance to erupting the problems. There are everything, it's good and a vulnerable. In order to looking after this vulnerability, in order to make it as solving the problem. Okay, solving the problem, there must be an organized method of institution, isn't it? Say for example, if you have any problem, okay, what you will do, you try to understand in a which area the problem isn't comes out. So soon after that, you will try to diagnose the problem, you will try to solve the problem. Similarly, when all the groups of peoples is living together into the society, the competition, the problem, the understanding, all the problems will start to, erupt. So in order to solving all the such levels of problem, all the prototype methods of solving, we need to organizing way, we need to understand that. So organizing way in order to solving such method, then we required a state. So we form the state organizingly to solve the problem. We have framed a particular thing or institution that is called as a state. So altogether, studying about a state is called it as a polity. Okay, is called as a polity, isn't it? Is that clear to everyone? Similarly, when it comes to the point of to study organized way of life of people, to study the organized way of people, we actually understand the polity and a political science, isn't it? When you, organized to study the organized problems of, to study the problems in terms of organized proper way, we have developed the one institution that is called as a state. Studying about the state is called as a polity or a political science. If you could read, okay, no, is there in the book, in the page number, you can see in the page number 3, you can see that one. Then after that, there are 2 words in the page number 4. If you could see the page number 4, okay, politics or political science. Okay, you should note here the 2 terms often we identical and synonymous to this. Okay, here polity as well as political science. What is the meaning? Let me tell you. Political science, there are 2 terms. How many terms are there in political science? We have 2 terms. Polity, science. Okay, if you break the letter, if you break the sentence political science, polity is a one word, okay, and another one science. What is polity? As I just now said that organized, studying the organized way of life of people, okay, is called polity essay. Is that clear to everyone? Is this my voice is audible to you? Isn't? Okay, the fine science means studying the things very particular, okay, very systematic way. If you see science, when do we call science? If anything can be studied in the very
network problem. What is the meaning of approach?
Hello, sir.
Sir left the meeting. Sir is not in meeting.
Where he went?
There might be
Why why we can't see, sir?
Sir left the meeting. There might be some signal issues. To rectify that, Sir may recome again. Anyone preparing for UPSC in this group now?
Yes.
Which subject you both have? Same? Hi.
Hi.
My name is Shivani.
My name is Meghna.
Okay. Hi. Then this class will again, it will start?
Today start only.
No, it's now that is the network issue is there now. That's why I'm asking.
Maybe Sir might rejoin
It will
again.
start like
The
this.
same day. Are all in this group are from BA or anyone from BSc also?
There is two groups.
From BSc, that's why I'm asking everyone. I am BSc Geology. Geology, political science and public administration are my subjects.
I have one question. This is first year, first semester, second semester. Both semester will can join.
This is
Okay,
first
madam.
Semester only.
This is only for first semester. After the completion of first semester, second semester.
Geology, political science and public administration are my subjects.
I have one question. This is first.
Hello. Is this clear to everyone? Sorry for the disturbance. I just got it and network disturbance over here.
Yes, sir. Everything is
Yes,
clear.
What is the meaning of approach and function?
Hello.
What is the meaning of approach and function?
Hello.
Everything
Hello,
is
sir.
fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Everything is fine.
You may continue, sir.
Hi, sir. We can't see you, sir.
Third and on the camera.
This is first year or first?
Everyone in this group is from first semester of first year only, madam. After completion of first semester, we'll go for the second semester classes after the examination. This Zoom link is given for only the first semester, first year students. Especially
Hello.
this is political science.
Sir, I'm a lecturer in political science, and is my voice is audible to everyone? Actually, due to some reasons, my line is disconnected. Hello.
Everything is fine, sir. We can hear you and see you.
Audible, sir.
Fine then. Okay, fine. So please do mute and everybody so that I can teach you well. Okay. So if you're making a noise and I'm unable to teach you well. Okay. Final. So final. So here in the polity and the political science, the words and differentiations we are seeing. I was talking about that political science, there is a 2 letters are there. Is it in the first one, in the sentence of the political science, if you could see polity and the science, political science. Is this clear to everyone? So political science means generally, polity means study about a state. Okay. Studying about a particular state and the state government. Is this clear? And science means anything which you can study very systematical way. Okay. Anything which you can study, anything if you do very systematically, okay, very practically, that it can be called it as a science. So studying about a state government and state government institutions is called it as a political science, isn't it? So what is a political science means is make you to understand the different governments, it make you to understand the different institutions of the state. So what shall we study in the political science means we shall study in the political science about okay, what is the procedures to understand that? All of them we try to understand in the political science. Is this clear to everyone? Similarly, when it comes to the point of in the second page number, if you could see the 4th page number in your political science book, that is nature and meaning of political science, isn't it? In the page number in your book, political science, nature and meaning of political science. At the outset, let us try to understand very clearly what actually this we understand into that. Etymologically, if you could see, where do we derive the name of political science? The word often you use polity. Polity is the word derived from ancient Greek word which is polis. P-O-L-I-S. Polis. Okay. We receive means we derive the word polity from a Greek ancient word that is called polis. P-O-L-I-S. Polis. What does it mean in the polis in the Greek meaning? City or state. Okay. City or state, the word it comes. So the polity, it becomes a politia in the Greek, which is called, meaning of polity altogether is called government or constitution. Okay. Government or constitution. So at the end, what could be the definitions over here? That studying about government, studying about institutions is called as polity. Okay. Studying about government, studying about institutions is altogether called it as an polity, and altogether it's also called it as a political science. Here in this one, we can understand this political science in the 2 different approaches. How many approaches? If you see in your book, you shall see in the, you can easily find out this, what I am teaching you in the page number 4. And if you have a book, okay. And political science can be studied in the 2 different phenomena. One is that traditional phenomena, modern phenomena. We can study the political science in terms of traditional way, as well as we also can understand in terms of in the modern approaches. See, a subject cannot be a constant. I'll give the example to you. Example maybe not in your book. For your understanding, I'm saying the example. See, 100 years ago, the government was different. 100 years later, the government is different. You cannot manage, you cannot, see, similarities between what was a past government, what is the present government. Present is different, past is different. So in order to understand the things of the traditional approaches, the things which is related to historically, the things which are related to the past of the things in the political science, we could understand in the approach of traditional approach. Okay, which is approach? traditional approach. If you'd like to understand the political science in the modern method, okay, we need to understand the modern approach. How many approaches are there in the political science broadly? To studying very comprehensively to political science, broadly we've divided the methods of study into the approaches. One is a traditional approach, that is also called a classical approach. Okay, you can say, and just beside of the traditional approach, you can write it in the bracket, old approach. Okay, old approach. And similarly, if a modern approach tells you about the things which are related to the new things. Is that clear to everyone? So traditional approaches and modern approaches, we can study the things. What could we understand in the traditional approaches in the political science? The definitions of the political science broadly, we can study it in the traditional way as it's about past. Let me tell you, what we studied into the traditional way here is that, we try to understand in the past. Say, for example, Harold Laswell. Okay, what is the name of the thinker? Harold Laswell, that is in the page number 4. 1930s. First, he attempted to understand the political science in the modern method. That clear to everyone. In the past, in the classical thinking, the traditional, approaches tells us about what could we study in the political science means. We can study in the political science about the past things. Okay, we can also understand the things which is related to the, government and institution in the past of 100 years ago, isn't it? See, what are the things we can understand in the modern approaches? We shall understand the modern things and modern political science from what time? See, if you could broadly understand the world wars. First World War, after that immediately, Second World War takes place. In the 1939 to 1945 was the Second World War. In the period of after Second World War, the political scientists have tried to understand the political science into the modern method. Among them, the modern political thinker, okay, which I can tell you the name of the person, as 1930s, the name of the person is that Harold Laswell. You can see name of the thinker in your books also, page number 4. Harold Laswell. In the 1930s, he studied the political science as a power science. Okay, political science is studied about different power methods which it can be practiced by the state. Okay, studying about power is called as political science. When I'm talking about that in the past, when I'm talking about this in the traditional approaches, I say political science means is a science which discusses things about government and different institutions. Isn't clear? But in the modern method, mute yourself, everyone. Is that clear? See, if anyone was there, please try to hand over me to the host so that I can make you to everyone on mute. So the disturbance is coming. I request you to all the students to make mute. Is that clear to everyone?
Ali, please mute your audio, please.
Hello? If I request you to the host, please make me as a co-host so that I can regulate the class behavior.
Ali, please your audio.
Hello, sir. Please mute your voice, Ali.
Ali, please mute your audio, please.
Mr. Hariprasad, Mr. Moiz Ali, I request you to please mute yourself. Fine. And still the voices is coming somewhere. Moiz Ali, still.
Please mute your voice.
I request someone to please do co-host to me so that I can make the class very, calm. I request you to Moiz Ali, please respond to my voice and do quick. I can see you on the screen, but you're not responding, and mute, quick.
Mute karo bhai.
Mute.
Okay, sir.
All mute yourself, please. Yeah. See, here is that in the modern approaches, when you study about a political science, Harold Lasswell in the 1930 said that studying political science is also study about a power. Studying about power is called as a political science. So this is another phenomena which we have seen. If you could go back to the past, I mean, 100 years ago, in the traditional and classical thinkers have defined political science is a science is discuss the things about a state or institution. But in the modern way, and the different phenomena of definitions which comes out, then according to this modern thinkers in the political science in the 1930s, after the name of the thinker is that Harold Lasswell defined that studying about power is called as a political science. You can see in the page number also, 4 page number, it's a clear. So here, even in the political science, we studied about structure of power. Okay. Political science is also makes us to understand structure of power. It also makes us to understand about who gets the power, what is the power, what kinds of a power, what is the meaning of power. We all understand in the political science. So the nature of the political science is a quite, and I mean, different when you compare from traditional method to modern method. On the grounds of it, if you could see the definitions of this, and I'll tell you that the definitions of the political science can be divided into the two methods. One is the traditional method, one is in the modern definition. Let me tell you, the traditional definitions, if you see in your page number 5, okay, the first name I'll tell you, J.W. Garner. What they say, J.W. Garner defined political science means is a classical thinker in the political science. He defined the political science. So you can write it as in your note, definitions of political science. And the still voice is coming, Mr. Sarita Dasiri, Moiz Ali. You don't know how to mute yourself and try to mute yourself. Okay. Mr. Avinash Reddy, I request you to please mute yourself. Mr. Moise, Asia Begum, many are there in which is in the status of unmute, and request them. Mute yourself, please. Okay. See here, if you could take it as, fine then. If I say, I mean, in terms of this J.W. Garner definition, means what? Political science, according to J.W. Garner, he's saying that political Okay, fine. So here is that when you see this exactly that J.W. Garner, according to the definition, is that political science begins and ends with state. So all about political science study about what here is that it studies about particularly only the things related to the state matters. So in the state matters what there are different people, different cultures, different and kinds of nature of the peoples will be there, different kinds of institutions will be there, and all of them. To study it about all together, it's called it as a, I mean, political science. In generally, and it begins and ends with, the life of the person start with the political science, the life of the person ends with the political science. How I can say this definition means, if you start in the morning, okay, you wake up in the morning from the bed, you need to talk to someone, you need to get some assistance from somebody. You need to depend on someone. Okay. So while you're depending on that, and there is also the chance of to talk to your, head. Like say, for example, in your area, the problem is raised, like institutions, like collector, you need to speak to the collector. Okay. So similarly, where you are depending, isn't it? Your life starts, your life ends. There's no point of reason that you can avoid your life without depending on, political science. And the political science, state, it is a state study about state, it said it studied about, even it also said government. Without the government, there is no imagination of the state. Without the state, there is no imaginations of the government. Do you tell me that without an government, can state runs? There is no possibility. Okay. Like say, for example, Telangana state is here. Who are administrating entirely in the Telangana state? Who are actually doing solving the problems of the Telangana state people? Is a particular government, which is called so and so name of the party, which is called TRS party, and all of them. So which means, according to J.W. Garner, if you see in your page number 5 in your book, The Political Science, and the J.W. Garner says that political science begins and ends with state. Okay. So altogether, studying about state is called as a political science. When it comes to the point of Seeley, okay, Seeley is an fifth thinker in the classical thinker. According to him, definitions is that political science investigates. Okay, political science. I'm saying exactly what definition Seeley has said. Okay, please concentrate on my voice so that easily you can understand that. Seeley said, what is political science? Political science means it investigates the phenomena of a government as political economy, deals with the wealth as biology with the life, algebra with the numbers, and geometry with space and magnitude. See if you could take it as a some subject. Let me tell you mathematics. Okay. Mathematics, what should you learn in the mathematics? Some calculations, something which is related to the minus and plus, algebra, trigonometry, all of them you learn. Whenever I say the name of the subject, you will recollect it, what you will learn. Similarly, if I take it as a biology, study about life is generally called as a biology, isn't it? Then easily trying to make us understand what is a political science. Seeley said how we actually studied, okay, in all the different sciences about a particular thing. Similarly, we study in the political science the particular thing. What is that about government, isn't it? What we learn in the political science, we learn from the political science in the he's comparing to make you to understand very perfectly what is political science. So when I take it as a name of the subject, mathematics, you learn the maths, okay. Biology, you learn about different life species. When I say it about in the other subject, when I take it as another subjects of the name, like economy, you discuss about and you learn the things which are related to wealth. Okay. So similarly, when it comes to the point of political science, you learn about government. Okay. You learn about different institutions. So whenever someone asks you the questions, what you learn in the political science means, you should say you learn the political science, you learn and the things in the political science related to the government and the institutions. This is the definition. By comparing, Seeley has given the definitions, the meaning of political science. Hope you understand exactly. When it comes to the point of the Sidgwick, okay, another thinker in the political science, the Sidgwick is, making to understand what is the meaning of political science. Political science for Greeks, okay, according to him, political science, for Greeks was like municipal, he said that municipal science, but this subject deals with the societies where the members are accustomed to obey, at least in a certain matters, the direction given by some person forming part of the society. So according to Sidgwick, in the Greek terminology, they were, I mean, speaking the entire the government procedure which is associated with the grassroots level administration. When it comes to the normal meaning of the political science, what is that? Matter associated with the state is called political science. In a precisely, if you read Sidgwick's entire definition, you will understand what is a political science means. Political science means it is studied about the things, it is related to state matters. What is a state matters? Okay, just now say government, institution, okay. I mean, all the things is comes under the state apparatus, in the state matters, okay. And that regarding all the such thing to learn is called as a political science according to Sidgwick, isn't it? According to Sidgwick. Similarly, the definitions as given as also, I will take you, Shivani, I'll take you the questions after, I mean, half an hour. I mean, by ending the class before 15 minutes, I'll take your all the questions and I'll give you the answer for your particular question. You just text in the text bar, which it can be reached to me, so that I can take the questions and I can give the answer to you. In between, if you'd like to take the questions, there is no point of reason to discuss entire the lesson. Is that clear? So similarly, as saying Sidgwick, as saying Bluntschli, and of many of them have given the definitions which you can there in your book, what I am saying, and please see to that. When it comes to the point of view, the modern definitions of political science, all the names of this J.W. Garner, Sidgwick, Bluntschli, and Seeley, all the four thinkers, it comes under the purview of thinkers of traditional, which means altogether it is called as a traditional thinker of political science, isn't it? And the modern thinker of political science, what are the names of them? I'll tell you the names of them. Harold Laswell and Kaplan is a one modern thinker. Another one, David Easton, another thinker. Harold J. Lasky is also the modern thinker of political science. What they have said about this political science in this world, let me tell you, it is in first name of the thinker. His name is that Harold Laswell and Kaplan. What he has defined political science means in a modern term. And here, politics as an empirical inquiry, okay, politics as an empirical inquiry is study of shaping and sharing of power. That are the two words. The three technical words are there in the particular definition of Harold Laswell and Kaplan. Both two thinkers are here. You know, first one is it. What is a political science? Political science as empirical inquiry is a study of shaping and sharing of power. Generally, you know, whenever you understand about a political science, you may see the different sharing parts. Like say, for example, how many governments are there here? In India, we are district government here, okay, state government. How many states are there in India? You can understand very easily. Every state has its own seal. Is that clear? Every state has its own governor, okay. Every district has its own district collector. Every nation, I mean, the nation has its own prime minister, isn't it? If you take it as an, I mean, in the side, I mean, in the line of chronology, if you take it as in all this, I mean, how the sharing of power is there. You know, from a central part, okay, from parliament, and a parliament to state assembly to the district collector, isn't it? The power are being sharing very, I mean, chronologically, very, I mean, the delegation of powers is being takes place from the center to top, I mean, bottom to top, top to bottom. So sharing of power will be discussed in the political science. The different phenomena of modern thinkers about the definitions of political science. Political science also makes you to understand how power will share from top to bottom, bottom to top. Say, for example, what are the rules and regulations of the Prime Minister of India? what are the roles and responsibilities of him, and what are the roles and responsibility of chief ministers of the state, and what are the roles and responsibility of a district collector, what are the roles and responsibilities of the grassroots level sarpanch. All such thing we shall understand in the political science in terms of power sharing. In terms of power sharing. Is that clear to everyone? So what is a political science means? Shaping and sharing of power is called as a political science. He said that empirical method. Okay. What is the word meaning empirical? I'll repeat it once again. EMPIRICAL. Empirical. So there are two words in that. Normative one, empirical one. Normative one means precisely that depends on some certain rules. Okay, certain, thing without any scientificity. Okay, normative means, somewhere you can say, I have a normative thinking. Is that clear? Normative thinking, empirical thinking. Empirical thinking means what did you think? You will do it. Practically, you bring them out. Is that clear to everyone? So what is that empirically, how power sharing is been taking place and how delegation of power is been taking place from a center to top, center to local, local to center. Everything we shall understand into the political science. That is the word's meaning of this Harold Laswell, the modern thinker of political science, in the first definition. Is that clear? Second definition, David Easton, isn't it? David Easton David Easton makes you to understand, the thing about political science is concerned with all the varieties of activities, influence significantly a kind of authoritative policy adopted for a society and the way it's put into the practice and the authoritative allocations of the values. Let me tell you here what the state does, what the state does. Okay, what are the values of the society? All the things we also understand into the political science according to David Easton. David Easton says that discussing about a city and state, discussing about the values of the society, discussing about in society, all the things is comes under the purview of a political science. Similarly, Lasky also defined the political science meaning, and you can see that as a definition. This is a definitions, as I have told you, the modern as well as to the, definitions of this. A kind of traditional way of definitions which I have told you. Let me take it as an example in the page number 7. If you take it as a history of political science, what is a history of political science? No, the origin of the political science started from Greek. I'll tell you the one who has first. Who is called it as a father of political science? When you see as in 3 thinkers, you see that Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. How many of them? The genesis of the political science, the genesis of the studying about the political science have started from Greek. That's the reason I told you. Polity word, it is derived from ancient Greek word meaning polis. Polis means city or state. Is that clear to everyone? So the origin of the political science, if you could take it as, it is derived from Greek. It's a Greek philosophy. So who are the foremost thinker are here? First thinker, if I am named that, Socrates. Okay. If you would like to learn the political science, you have to learn about spa. Okay. I think everybody knows that is a terminology. Spa means, where do you go spa? If you would like to make yourself beautify, okay, where do you go? Spa. Spa ki veltar kada. Okay. If you would like to go to the beautify yourself, you will go to the spa or beauty parlor. SPA. S stands for Socrates, P stands for Plato, and E stands for Aristotle. So all these 3 important thinkers makes you to understand, history of political science, isn't it? So here, Aristotle have made it political science very systematically. Okay, Aristotle makes you to understand the things in the political science very scientifically. He has proven that political science is a science. It's a science in the social sciences is a master subject. Okay, so that's the reason He's been called it as a master of all the thinkers, and is also named as a father of political science. Who is called as a father of political science means Aristotle, called as father of political science. It belongs to Greek, and he has studied and polity very extensively, who makes us to understand the political science, who make it who make it separate subject in the social sciences as political science, isn't it? So as Aristotle used the term politics to designate the science of the state, he called politics as a master science. It covered almost all the activities of the individual in the society. What he has said, according to the definitions of Aristotle, father of political science, is that it says that discussing, understanding entire the societal matters or individual matters comes under the purview of a political science. You know, if you could see history of political science and all of them, and you will easily understand that there's, if you see this one, how Aristotle makes it out. And you know, the way he has made it as in studying the political science very extensively, it brought a good name to him, is that the father of political science. Similarly, if you see the scope of political science, only when you understand the scope and significance of political science, today we are understanding entire world politics into the political science, isn't it? Political science, as per the modern thinkers, it says that political science means study about the things which are related to, power. Okay. Political science speaks the things which is related to state and institutes. As the similarly, today in the scope and importance of the political science, if you see whole world, okay, whole world, and it's definitely it's an accessing the political science. Let's say, for example, I am the citizen of Telangana, citizen of India. If I'm a man of Telangana, if you consider me, I can understand who is running the government, who is the chief ministers of the state, and all of them. Knowing all these information comes under the purview of a political science. So scope of political science is very, very important, which makes you to understand entire thing about government and institutions and what is the things are going on, how it is going on, all of the thing you should understand in that, isn't it? And then here, when you focus on the political science, in order to understand the three activities of the political science, we can understand what actually the political science does and doing how it does it. In order to understand the important, and the page number 10, if you could go, exactly you will understand is here. The important understanding the politics and political science, exactly the same, but when it comes to the point of an in-depth, it is having two different phenomena. So how, when I say political science, I said it as a science. The science, how it can be studied. Three activities of political science makes, okay, three activities of political science make to call it as a science. So what is the first activity? In the page number 10, you can see investigation. Okay, it is an investigation. And the second one, interpretation. And the third method, application. Okay, if you see in your book, easily you can understand that what is the activities of the political science which make it as a science. One is that investigation, interpretation, and application. Okay, first let me tell you what actually political science makes you to understand here. Investigation. Okay, we learn in the political science things which are written by different scholars on the grounds of finding facts. Okay, and the grounds of finding facts. So in political science is also the method to understand by investigation. Okay, second one, interpretation. You know that we take the facts by investigation. Okay, in the political science, whatever you're studying, it's not a completely theory part. It's a very practical part. Is that clear? It's a very practical part where you makes you to understand it's an entirely what is been and happening. If I'm say chief minister, can you see the chief ministers of your state? Yes, you can see that. There is what are the powers and everything. If I explain you the part of the political science, you will understand that. Okay, and what are the powers and all of them? It's a real. So investigation, interpretation, and application. Okay, all these three methods, which makes you to understand political science is in practice in all the three patterns to understand the things into the political science. If I take it as that, okay, so altogether, what is the benefits of the political science? Okay, to understand that today, I mean, you can consider into the scope of political science. It is not easy to understand the scope of political science in one class. Say, for example, here are the things political sciences makes you to understand many things about them. We understand governmental things, non-governmental things. We understand the lawmaking procedure. We understand about parliament. We understand about state assembly. We understand about an election. We understand about a removal of, I mean, Supreme Court Chief Justice. We understand the president election. All the things is being a part of the political science. Political science makes you to understand the scope of political science. If you could understand, scope means generally you need to understand how much, say for example, my vision. Okay, I can see you till I can see you until actually where my eyes will ends off, isn't it? So vision of political science or scope of political science, if you could see that here, political science makes you to understand the things which are related to the state. Okay, political science, it makes you to understand the things about election procedures of the nation. Political science, it makes you to understand about human rights. Political science, which makes you to understand about fundamental rights. So all the things comes under the purview of a political science. Is that clear to everyone? So this is the first chapter. The questions may be asked in the first chapter as questions generally they asked in the examination. What is the meaning of political science and what is the significance of the political science? The question may be asked in terms of define scope of political science and all of them. Okay. So here I will take it as in questions of everyone. You can unmute yourself. You can ask me the questions if anyone wants to ask the questions to me regarding first chapter.
Sir, I have
anyone? Yes, please.
As I asked before, like in the definition, like
sorry.
Sir, I mean like that Sidwick definition is only Greeks or the other thing.
Your voice is somewhat, I'm not able to hear you, Nana. Please speak up loudly. If your device is very longer to you, take it as a device near to you so that you can speak.
Sir, should we let
I'm asking
meaning of interpretation.
Meaning of?
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Yes.
Meaning of?
Investigation, interpretation, applications.
Yeah, very good, very good. Investigation, interpretation, and application. Good question. Investigation means finding the facts. Okay, say for example, investigation. A police officer, see a murder has happened in the particular area. The case has reached to the police officer. Is that clear? And the police officer, what he does, he will go for an investigation in the particular case. In the investigation, what he does, he will find the facts who has done the murder exactly. So political science, when you apply these methods to understand, it finds the facts about the government, it finds the facts about different institutions into the state. That's an investigation. So when it comes to the interpretation, okay, after finding the facts, okay, it speaks on the facts. So for example, I find the facts. Is that clear? So next, after that, I speak on the particular fact. Okay, this might not be done. This should be done in such a way. Fact explanation, it's called as an interpretation. Application. See, all finding facts and all of them, it will be applied to the state. Say, for example, I went somewhere to bringing up a provision. You take it as a best example, Indian Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar went to another country, investigate the things, and then after he find the facts, okay, then he brought to the in our Constitution. So which means application, here political sciences makes you to understand how to find the truth, okay, how to find the information. And it also tells about an entire, information then how this information can useful for the another thing and everything we learn into the political science. Is that clear? Those who have asked the question, hope you have cleared this one. Is that clear to everyone? Yeah, please ask.
Sir,
I have
I
one
have
question.
sir.
Yeah.
What is the
one
exact
question, sir.
meaning of empirical inquiry?
See, one can ask the question so that I can understand. All the voices are coming at one go, so I can understand Nana.
Can I, sir?
Please, you can raise your hand first. I mean, Rubha Sultana have raised the hand, and Nagaraju, Padamata have raised the hand. So who want to ask you the questions and here, Rubha Sultana?
No, sir.
Yeah. Anyone wants to ask the questions
Sir,
now?
I want to ask, sir.
Please speak loudly.
Sir, I want to ask one question, sir.
Please ask the question, Nana.
Sir, there is page number 9. There is
Sorry?
one paragraph, page number 9, sir. There is
Yeah.
one box. It is there is one
Yeah,
box,
it is
sir.
there. No, yeah, very good.
Can
So
you
in the
ask
page
if
number 9, if you could see the box, 20,000 BC, 2000 BC to 400 BC, this is the time. Column 1, it speaks about the time and name of the era which is carved. So to 20,000 BC, we call the era as a myth. There was no science and there was no evidence. That's the reason it's called as a myth. When in the 2000 BC to when you take it as a 400 BC, that's called politics. That's called it as a politics.
Sir, one last question.
That's called it as a politics. 400 BC to 400 BC, it is when it comes to the point of that, it's a philosophical development. Similarly, the object is what we have seen, isn't it? When it comes to the myth time, it was a unity understanding. That was a unity, discussions about unity. That was the objective was that unity. Similarly, when it comes to the third column, philosophy, we learn about a good government. Okay, good government. What is a good government? What is a bad government? All of them we learn. So this box you to understand the evolution of the political science from 20,000 BC to until 1970. What is the status in all of them? We understand. Hope you understand, Nana.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Anybody else?
Yes, sir, I have.
Anybody else have the questions? Please
Sir,
post
I
me the
have.
questions immediately.
Yes, sir, I have.
Please ask loudly.
What is the exact meaning of empirical inquiry?
What is the
Exact meaning of empirical inquiry.
not able to you? Voice speak loudly, please, Nana.
Sir, what is the exact meaning of empirical inquiry?
What is exactly meaning of inquiry?
Empirical inquiry.
But empirical inquiry means practical. Okay, practical with the evidence. Okay, practical with the. I mean, you do the practicality and you do the inquiry in terms of investigative manner. Okay, so it is called empirical. Empirical means in another word we call scienticity. Practically, you can say practical inquiry is called it as an empirical inquiry. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, will you
I have
provide
a
us any notes, sir?
Sorry?
Will you provide us any notes, sir, regarding this?
No. You have your book, Nana. If you do not have any book, please go to the university and collect the book there itself. Okay?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Understand empirical,
please.
but normative. Yeah, understand empirical, but two stands: normative and empirical. Political science is developed into two stands: normative and empirical. What is the meaning of normative?
Nana, you are asking very long question. That's a very good. I want to listen once again. Please
Political
speak
science
loudly.
developed into two stands: normative and empirical.
Yeah, very
Empirical is
good.
understand practical, but normative, what is?
Yeah, normative in the sense means knowing the particular rules and regulations. Whether it is practical or not, it doesn't know actually. Okay. Normative means which is an absence of practicality. Okay. Say for example, I give the rules and regulations to you. Say for example, I ask you to mute yourself. Okay, in the Zoom, but someone did not do. Someone did not follow the rules. So it's a norm, but you did not follow. That it should comes under the point of normative method. So empirical method is if I whatever the things I am saying, if you are practice it, that it comes under the empirical. Is that clear?
Sir,
Yeah.
when first sem exams will be there, sir?
That I don't know, Nana. You can directly contact with Ambedkar University. You should get to know that. Okay. So I'm a faculty only. If you have any doubt regarding subject, you can ask me directly. Okay.
Hello, sir. Model question papers.
Yeah, that also you can discuss with your university people. That I don't know. Okay. And anyhow,
Sir, I have a doubt.
Questions are in the the chapter is end. The end of the questions. End of this, and you will have this question, and you please read the questions. All the questions are very important. Anything else?
Sir, what is the meaning of kinship?
What is the meaning of
kinship, sir? Like it's a social institute, it seems. Kinship.
No. Kinship.
Kinship, sir. Kinship.
Kinship. Yeah, very good. Kinship means, what it happens when I'm talking about a political science development. In the past, there was no family system. Okay, caste system, family system. When you studied about a different state system, kinship is the first one. Okay, you can see in the book. Kinship is the first one where we need to understand. Like, say, for example, if I lives in the cave, there was no problem. When I started to mingle into the society, the society started to practice kinship. Kinship means caste, okay, and say that in family, all of them it comes under. So studying about a kinship also comes under the political science. Okay, different caste system. So time is finished. I'll logging off it and I'll give you the 1 minute of questions.
Sir.
Yeah, please.
Can you do important chapters for first semester?
I don't know, Nahan. I can't say the important chapters because all the 5 units are important. Okay.
Sir, how many definitions do we need to learn?
No, at least you have to write two definitions. Two definitions you have to write.
Should we distinguish between traditional and modern thinkers also?
Yeah.
Otherwise, any two.
Yeah, in the traditional, you can write one definition. From the modern, also you can write one definition. Very particularly, whatever I have, said that, and exactly the definitions will be the same in the book. You can read and learn the same. You need not to add anything to the definition.
Sir, tell me second answer.
I don't know. Question and answer I'm not responsible for that, and I can tell you. End of the lesson, every lesson carries out a questions, long answer, short answer. You please read the question and answer. I don't know about and how, which are the important, which are unimportant. Okay, please forgive me that.
Sir, I don't know that. Sir, last question. They asked the last topic is about significance of political science. So we need to write that how political science is helpful in everyday life, right?
It is true. You can write in that way. It's applied method we call. Okay, you can write. No problem. Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Sir, next subjects we are start approaches.
Yes, Nana. Second chapter we are going to understand the approaches of political science, where we will understand very exactly.
Sir, what is the meaning of approaches? We find approaches meaning nuqte nazar. I don't know what is nuqte nazar.
It's good. Approaches means, for example, see, I'll tell you that if you have a home with the 2-3 floors. Okay, there are many methods to climb. Okay, someone who goes first floor by stairs. Okay, slope as a kontamandi stairs ekkesi veltaru paina adoka method untundi. Kontamandi malli normal ga oka step oka normal ga what we called is that hierarchy vesi akkadi nunchi veltaru. Inkontamandi they try to climb it. So there are different approaches. So under political science, in order to understand that, there are many approaches, isn't it? So in order to understand entire political science, someone may go very fast, and the modern way someone will go very short wise. Is that clear? So how you have a different methods to climb your building first floor to second floor. In order to understand political science, we have a different approaches: modern approaches, traditional approaches, medieval approaches, all the approaches, system approaches. All these things we have. Okay, so we understand political science in one approach, one way. In another approach, we shall understand the political science in a different way. Is that clear to everyone?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, economics and political science both are scheduled at the same time. So it's disturbing us. How do I attend?
Sorry, political science and
economics are scheduled at the same time. Slot is
No,
same.
this time is completed. I am going to log off it and you can join the other class. Okay.
No,
Thank you
I'm
everyone to join. Okay.
No.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. లింక్ అందరూ షేర్ చేసుకున్నాక బాయ్.
Okay, bye. I'm leaving. Sir explained very well, but due to some disturbances, class is. Everyone join in WhatsApp group for communication purposes.
Hi, Murthy. How are you?
వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది బ్రదర్? హలో
షాని గారు మీరు యాడ్ అయ్యారేమో గ్రూప్ లో.
ఎక్కడ ఉంది వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్? మాకు యాడ్ అవ్వలేదు.
ఒకసారి నా నెంబర్ మెసేజ్ చేస్తాను.
అంటే వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ టీచర్లే యాడ్ చేస్తారా?
మీరు ఎక్కడ కాలేజ్ మీరు?
అదే డాక్టర్ అంబేద్కర్ జూబ్లీ హిల్స్.
జూబ్లీ హిల్స్.
అంటే మీకు గ్రూప్ లో యాడ్ చేశారా?
అవును.
అవునా, మరి నాకు గ్రూప్ రాలేదు. జస్ట్ నాకు ఆన్లైన్ లింక్ వచ్చిందండి.
అంటే మాది పటాన్ చెరు వాళ్ళకి యాడ్ చేశారు మరి.
ఓకే ఓకే, మన సెంటర్ వాళ్ళు యాడ్ చేస్తారా? ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
శివాని గారు,
హలో చెప్పండి.
మీరు ఏ గ్రూప్?
నాది పిఏ.
పిఏలో ఏం సబ్జెక్ట్స్?
పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్. త్రీ సబ్జెక్ట్స్: జనరల్ నాలెడ్జ్,
హిస్టరీ, పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్, ఇంగ్లీషా?
జనరల్ నాలెడ్జ్, పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్, ఇంకా పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్, ఇంగ్లీష్ ఆర్ తెలుగు. మీరు?
నాది హెచ్ఈసి అండి.